joined by Chris Watson, the managing partner at the Railway Group practice in Blyth, who's kindly offered to have a quick chat with me today based on his experience of working with myself to recruit GPs most recently. So thanks for joining me, Chris.
Thank you.
So could you just start by telling our listeners what it was that we were able to help you with?
Yeah, we had quite a bad shortage of salary GPs, and we'd advertised through a variety of different mediums, which we've done it via organisations such as Pulse, our own website, social media. And we've been unsuccessful for quite a while, so it was becoming quite desperate that we needed some salary GPs. Your good self contacted us, determined what the practice was actually looking for, what we could offer, and ultimately you put some candidates in front of us, which we were very impressed with, and which we then offered a position to.
And what was it that stood out about our approach?
I think what stood out about it was that you actually were prepared to find out about the practice. So you asked us what we were looking for in a candidate. You asked our clinical system, how the on-call system worked, basically how the practice ran. So when the applicants or the candidates came to the practice to find out about us, there was no surprises. They knew the full size of it. They were very well informed about how we actually worked, which made it a lot easier for myself and another partner who met them informally to build up a relationship, and we knew that they were genuinely interested in the practice.
And what had been the alternative should you not have been able to appoint into those positions?
I dread to think what the alternative would have been, because we were getting very, very desperate. So it's like the snowball effect. You can't recruit GPs. That puts more pressure on your existing GPs because we were under-resourced. And then the alternative would have been that we would have lost more GPs, and then you're in the vicious circle of hemorrhaging staff. So it was a godsend that you were able to provide a good flow of GPs to come to us.
And finally, what would you say to other practices or, managing partners, practice managers that are a little bit skeptical about working with the likes of myself as a specialist recruiter?
I would say it's one of the best things we've ever done. So we try to do it ourselves, as I say, for a good 12 months with a very limited success. I would say don't be deterred by the fee. The fee is only the small part of it. And at the end of the day, the integrity of your practice to meet the needs of your patients is the utmost of importance. And at the end of the day, it is just a one-off small fee, and the candidates that we've recruited so far through this organisation are still with the practice, and it's a very worthwhile service, which I would highly recommend.
Thank you so much for taking the time to explain
that.
No
worries,
Chris.
And thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
You're welcome. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.